Can anybody name 1 year that LeBron James disappointed you?
Your guy Ayton, man. We got to talk about him. We got to break him down. Got to break down your guy Ayton. Your guy Ayton.
Yeah.
So
Bear down.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
After having conversation about, I guess his role and fit on the team, because he's just not enjoying what's going on. You know, Lakers haven't been gelling the best lately.
Okay.
All these other things. Deandre Ayton just came out and said it. Look, man, I'm no Clint Capella, right? I'm
Yeah.
tired of that screen roll, dunk, all that other stuff. That's not me. I want. We need to feed the beast. He trying to fit out instead of fitting in. What's going on?
Listen, I've never been in a position like his. I had to start my career fitting in to then become dominant. Versus you're the number 1 pick in the draft. You were, I mean, you didn't win Rookie of the Year, but you're third in voting. But then you average 18 the next year. You are a post up player that knows how to play in a post. Had a decent career so far. It ain't number 1 worthy, but it ain't bust. I can see he's right in the middle, right? He does enough to just, hey, hold on, y'all, right? Hey, throw me the ball down here. Because if he don't say nothing, his ass is Clint Capella moving forward. Even though Clint Capella has had a solid career at what he does, but he's never been a guy you throw the ball into and expect buckets. Ayton was that guy. So he's at the point where if he doesn't say something and he's going to be on here 3 or 4 years, his career is over at demanding that ball. So I don't mind him standing up for what he can see is coming, because you're talking about a guy 18. He started off his career 16 and 10, 18 and 11, 14 and 10, 17 and 10, 18 and 10, right? And he played with the Devin Bookers and the Chris Paul, so he has a legitimate complaint, but sometimes you have to look at the situation and bring the Clint Capella easy bucket style. Like, you don't have to work for all your buckets. If you're gonna do it, if they ask for a pick and roll every single time, all you need is 5. That's 10. Then you get your 5 post-ups. You made 3 of those. That's 16 points. You ain't really got a couple of tip-ins. That's 18 points, right? So you got to look at the structure of how the game is being played and understand you don't need to have to work for all your buckets. But I do see why he should complain, because if he doesn't, it's over. The ideal of him being a number 1, number 2, number 3 option will be over. And you would just be a role player that just set screens, run up and down the court as the number 1 pick.
I mean, but is that like necessarily a bad thing if
Yeah.
you're playing with a Luka?
That you were drafted in front of, there's a little ego there too. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. I got picked before you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, look, everybody wants to feel like they are contributing on their own.
Yeah.
A role player knows their role, and their role is to fit in, to, get easy, run up and down. If you're here to play defense, if you're here to just specialist shoot shots like Clint Capella is, set the screen, run to the rim. If I don't give it to you, come back, set it, run to the rim. If not, be in that little dunker spot, so when I drive, I can dump it off to you. That's been his role, and he's been great at it. That's never been Ayton's role, and he's having a hard time adjusting to it. I don't blame him, but nobody want to hear that right now. Let me just be honest, nobody want to hear that, all right? All right, you shut up and just get your buckets. That's basically what they're saying. But, I mean, for the 4th option, 14 and 10, shooting 56%. I mean, you're talking about a guy, oh no, shooting 60, yeah, shooting 66%. Who used to shoot 11, almost 12 shots a game. He can complain a little bit, man. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the complaint. I'm really not. Especially when you're talking about guys who can pass the ball, but they don't need you to create because they create. It's just one of those. It's just one of those iffy situations, and he's going to lose that situation because obviously the media is going to, kill him for it because they have Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves.
I do think it's hard, and I think I mean I understand totally what you're saying from like a fan perspective. We're trying to figure out why a guy who has everything made for him has been a part of like a lot of winning teams, and has had the ability to basically um, get spoon fed the ball from Chris Paul. He had that 1 year in Portland where he got to do, I guess, a little bit more of what he thought he could do. But now he's with like a LeBron and a Luca, so where he's now getting spoon fed the ball again. Like people can't understand why that's the worst thing in the world. Um, but I think that people are underestimating how hard it is to play with like a ball dominant guy. Like and I know maybe a different conversation for you, Mr. Hibachi, but I think people are very much underestimating how hard it is to play with, guys who people have deemed heliocentric, ball dominant. They are the sun, they are the stars, they are the reason why the sun sets and rises on a franchise, and you're just trying to get in where you fit in. I think that that's a little hard.
Yeah,
And people
yeah.
don't.
I mean, okay. When you're drafted, in the top 10, you are considered for the most part 90-95% of the players who are drafted in that lottery are players who're supposed to make a difference. They make a difference. They're not guys that are fitting into a system, right? Um, those are not where your Clint Capellas is going. You can find them, you know, 20th and above in the second round. That's where you find those guys. 20 move from 20th on, move to the so when you're talking about a guy who was number one, you're those guys from high school to college has been given the ball to go dominate, right? And when you're saying dominate, it's like telling a guy who just drives and dunks to say, all right, we need you to be a spot up shooter now. That's what you just sit in the corner spot. We don't want you slashing and clogging up the lane. Just be a guy who sits in the corner. You're taking away everything that he knows, everything that he's comfortable with, right? He's comfortable with driving, dunking, like, you know what I mean? So to
Mhm.
put him in the corner, take away your athleticism and say, sit there and shoot threes, and that's not what you do, it can get frustrating that you're going to be frustrated and you're not being put in the best light. And now they're judging because they're judging you off of what they put you in, right? So if you a dunker and you got a 45-inch vertical and you need to get on the fast break and now you're on a team that plays half-court basketball and you're sitting in the corner, they're judging you off of that. And they're saying, well, you only shoot 27%. Yeah, we can find better corner guys. Like, yeah. I don't shoot three, bro. I get to the yams. I get to the goal. You throw that. Hey, listen, you supposed to outlet throw it to me. Anything above 10 feet is my space.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot.
So I want to ask you because this happens every draft, right? Like everybody can't come in and be the ball dominant guy, go score it up, shoot up the rock or whatever the case may be. Some people have to wait their turn. Some people it'll never be your turn,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sometimes you gotta find a new role. Let me ask you this, mature Gil, 2026, we're
Okay.
mature, mature. We got sweaters on, we doing our thing. Mature veteran Gil, you see young guy come on a team, rookie, first year, second year, third year, high school, college, man, he's the man. He's getting all the shots, all the touches, all these this and the third. And now he's in the corner. Now he's a screen guy. These types of things. And he's visibly frustrated, vocally frustrated. What are the words that you're giving that person?
I'll ask him what is his talent, right? Have him write that down. And then what is your weakness? Have him write that down, right? Then the people you're playing behind, what are their weakness? What are their strengths? Now, what are they asked to do, right? Now, are you better than them at what the coach is asking them to do? If the answer is no, then that's what you need to work on. So when you're coming into this NBA, getting on the court, finding a way to get on the court is number one. That's the thing. Like I came in as a defensive player. Believe it or not. You know what I mean? 2 minutes, a minute and a half, picking up full court, turning you, right? You turn the shooting guard turning you, I'm coming in a doubling, right? That's what I got in the game for, right? So I showed that ability, with 1 minute left in the game, blowouts and stuff, right? They put me in the game, I pick up full court, I push the tempo, right? It wasn't, I grabbed the ball, walked it down, like I've been playing for goddamn the whole game. No, 2 minutes left, we down 20, we up 20, outlet, run it, throw it up there, cut through, run the break real fast. That's how I played my 2 minutes, right? To show him this is what I can bring to the game. Pick up full court, turn them. I didn't care about the score. So what he remembers when there's something that happens in a game, they need to pick somebody up, we need to change the tempo. Hey, Rook, get in. Oh, you got 2 minutes. Make it work. Go in there, pick it up full court, take a charge, whatever. That's how I got my minutes. And then once he started trusting me, then all right, pull up, let's step back. One of those, get to throw those in game by game, and then eventually, right? In practice, I got to be real selfish, right? Yeah. They don't want to do real selfish. So now coach is seeing it. Don't go into practice like being timid and then think you about to get in the game and shoot your real shots. Nah, if you don't do it in practice where coach is looking at it and you get in the game and try it, you coming out. Remember, if I'm taking 50 footers in practice and I'm doing all this wild shit and he put me in the game, he know what I'm about to do. So that means he wants it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I couldn't do that at the beginning, so I had to ease my talent in. So, it's just, just be mindful of why the guy in front of you is playing. And then if you are this ultra athletic, skilled kid, cool. Take what he has, do that, and then once you take that position, add your shit into it. Now we talking. But it's hard, man, when you've been the man your whole life. Going there and saying, hey, be a role player. But, hey, you got to get on the court first.
Yeah. Well,
having superstar dreams on the bench. Yeah. Nah, that's the whole bench. That's 6 through 15 right there.
Well, maybe DA's situation is like this next guy's situation. And maybe it's not. But for the sake of DA, it could be. Jonathan Kaminga's been balling. Jonathan Kaminga been balling, yeah.
He been balling, but you said that could be his situation. No, that was his situation.
It could be a situation where you make enough noise, you get to a different team.
Oh, you talking about Ayton going? No. He's done already went around. He's done already. This is very different, bro. He's done already went around a couple spots.
Oh, yeah, that's
you know what I mean? So we know what we know what he's capable of.
Well, for all the other young guys that's just waiting their turn, you could have the Jonathan Kaminga type situation. Jonathan Kaminga's 3 games with Our Atlanta Hawks. Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
21 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 8 boards. What is he shooting? He's shooting 56% from 3 and 68% from the field. He would have been an all-star this year.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been an all-star this year.
And that becomes the problem with dinosaur mindsets, meaning not just only the coach, you got to think about the players too. You're stuck in a time that don't exist anymore, right? You know, when Katie left and everybody got hurt, right? That was y'all time. And somehow it was a 2022, 21 Lakers. Was it Lakers then? Was it? It was Lakers then Golden State, right?
You talking about when they went back to the
Yeah. No. Oh, that's 22, right? So Lakers, Milwaukee, Golden State. Was that how that went?
let me
Or
see.
Lakers.
Yeah, 22 is Golden State.
Yeah. So you reverse time, and your older guys got it done again, right? Well, the game has changed a lot since then, and you have to update your pieces. And that piece was Kaminga, right? When you're talking about what Steph is great at. Now, yeah, pick and popping, cool. They got they pick pop switch. Well, pick pop and drive and go dunk on you. Whoa, yeah. We ain't ready for that. We ready to pick pop, put our guard on Draymond Green. Draymond Green is gonna drive and pass it. He's gonna drive and get into the lane. We're gonna pass to somebody else in the corner. We're gonna pass, try to get it back to Steph. And if he can't get it, he's gonna pass it, cut off. Yes, that was great when you had all shooters on your team. Deadly shooters who can put the ball in the basket. Once you start losing those, getting athletic guys who can put pressure on the rim actually helps Steph, right? So now that pick and pop and he drives and go dunk again, dunk. Now they're like, okay, we're not gonna switch. Right now, Steph get to do what he gets to do. Like the game evolves and the players that you have now aren't equipped. So having somebody like Kaminga who showed what he can do in the spurts, it was a bad decision, and you mismanaged that piece really horrible. Right? No matter how smart or dumb you thought he was basketball-wise, not just in a basketball term. Maybe it wasn't him that was basketball dumb. Maybe he was just something you just didn't coach in this situation before. Right? Maybe when you look at the way your roster was, you've never had a player like that. So you thought he was basketball dumb because it didn't fit with the program that you have. And those happen. Right? There's players that come in this league if they go to a team and the team doesn't understand their ability, they can fuck it up. Firsthand, I know that for sure. It was a kid named by Tyreek Evans. I remember we played them. All right, it's the Sacramento Kings. So I didn't even have to warm up. Didn't even warm up for them. Just went out there. Oh, all right. Who I got? Looking around. Oh, where the little guard at? Hey, coach. Hey, where's the Evans kid? All right. He was like, right here. Look in the back of the jersey. Damn. He all just sitting there, hey, Deshaun, who you got? Like, who you got? They had Dante Green as the shooting guard, sitting at 6'11".
Yeah.
People didn't, and this is what I'm saying. What Sacramento, that year, what year was that? They didn't understand what they had. What year was that?
And that was 10.
010 or 2010?
9, 10, yeah.
Now, what was that starting lineup?
Let me see.
It was Evans. So Evans. They didn't put Bino in yet. It was Caspi at the 3. Dante Green.
Evans, Spencer Hawes, Carl Landry.
Carl Landry.
Udra played the most minutes
Yeah,
in
but
that.
he didn't start against us because that's who I thought we was.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
It was Kevin Martin. It was Kevin Martin was there, but he wasn't.
That specific year, no. Let me see their schedule when they played y'all. There's one game that they played y'all. Starting lineup was Tyreek Evans, Omri Caspi, Jason Thompson, Andreas Nocioni, and Dante Green.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's
wait
a
a
lot of
minute.
height. That's a lot of height.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm sitting there like looking at this team like, yo, what is this? Now I'm getting put in the post. This big ass kids coming down the lane, just full speed, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to be removed. My size has just been upgraded to 6'7", 225, 230. Like he was big. Like I used to post up everybody. What he did to me wasn't even fair in the post. Like he was too strong for me, right? And I'm like, yo, there we go. That's the future of the guard. And then what they do? Put him at the shooting guard. Welp, there you go. You had the new evolution come in. It showed you 25 and 5. You moved it to the shooting guard and made him normal.
I do think it's one of those things because NBA fans have been asking this question about, the Kaminga situation or even the situations that you're talking about with Tyreek Evans. But when they perceive that a coach is mismanaging a guy, do players ever feel that way as well? And then do they also say something?
Yes, we can tell you if our coach is dumb. No, for sure.
Okay, that's not what I.
Because the reason is we have a practice, right? You have practice. You go through the grind, so you know who's being fairly coached. You know who should be in the game at a certain time. You know who don't deserve their minutes nor deserve their shots, right? And that's where a coach can lose his team because you're trying to force something on the team. Then you have a team that they're playing a certain way and they don't like a certain type of style. And it's like, it's kind of messing with all of us, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's an asset, but, all of us, we're not playing very well with this style. That happens too. You lose the team faster if the coach is forcing something that everyone don't want. Right, and you know what I mean. Like, don't you forcing this style, this game? Like, if we don't, like, we know who's the better player. We can see it. So the fact that you keep giving us this tofu shit, we not, because now it's personal. You're not trying to win, and I've always had a hard time understanding this. Let's say I missed the bus, right? I missed the bus. And you don't start me. That's not a penalty to me. That's a penalty to the team.
Right.
Affecting the game that you say you are trying to win. Like, if it doesn't happen on the basketball court that I'm affecting from my behavior, then don't let the outside behavior affect the winning. If you're standing on winning. So you suspend a player because he cussed you out in practice, then it's about your ego, then it's not about winning. That is a contradiction to it, right? If I did something in practice, or I did something you didn't like, take it out on me in practice. If you gotta run me 100 damn line drills, okay. But when you start affecting minutes, benching and stuff like that, then it's your ego, and that is not a part of winning. And that just always bothered me. Because you're telling us, are you here to win? Are you gonna sacrifice to win? And I asked the same, are you gonna sacrifice your ego because he cussed you out to win? Because you just said he's not starting. He's a starter. He's not starting because he cussed you out last night. Well, your ego is not being put aside for the betterment of the team. And I've always had a problem with that. And I don't know if that's the situation with Kaminga when he was at Golden State. but you can tell he wasn't being judged by the production of his game, and that just didn't sit well with the outside world. Because we can see, he's probably your second best player right now.
Yeah.
Right? He, like, everything Steph needs, he can provide. He probably can't provide the shooting part of it, but attacking the basket, getting fouled, like you got a guy who's going, like when you complain about we don't get no foul calls, he does. He can. He's a guy that jumps 42 inches off the ground, so when he goes to the basket, somebody has to try to block that. So if he can take two fouls a game, and he can collect those, that means you can't hit Steph Curry 2 times. That's less hits on Steph Curry. And as the world sees, we can see who's wrong. We can see who had a vengeance, who it just makes them look bad. He don't have to do nothing else. These 3 games is enough to say, I think Golden State fucked up really, 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 really bad.
Well, so I guess the question would be like, and not to directly put the blame on Steph or not to directly put the blame on like Draymond.
Yep.
Why doesn't a veteran say something like, coach is being dumb? Cool. Yo, coach, this guy right here on the bench, he can go. We need him. We need him to have a bigger role. We need him to get more, whatever the case may be. But we need young fella to be a part of this system.
Because that's the point. Young fella is not part of the system. Those old guys is a part of the system. He's the new guy coming in with a new whole swag, right? That is the problem. So what Kerr is complaining about, Steph, Draymond might be feeling the same way and saying, we won 4 championships this way, so we can't say coach is wrong, right? That'll be their stance. We can't say coach is wrong. We done won 4 championships that way. But again, just like anything in life, right? A successful business got ate up by the young business because the young business is looking at all the flaws and updating what you can't update because you got narrow-minded with the success. And that's how companies go out of business and companies get bought out and stuff like that because the person that's sitting there can see the whole elephant. While, you're sitting there narrow-minded because you done had this big success and you don't realize all the flaws, all the new technologies that's coming in, all the new people, all the new things that are being evolved. Because I thought about that too. I'm like, man, if these are the smartest people in the world and these people got all the billions, how come they couldn't think of that? Nah, they ain't think of that. That's easy. Like this red in your field. How you ain't think of that? And it's because you get so big, you don't look at that little shit down there no more.
That's so crazy because we've seen like dynasties get quote unquote extended because they were able to look at those different things. I think a lot of people say like, the Spurs dynasty was extended because they were able to look at Kawhi, look at Tony, look at Manu and say like, these are not just guys we need to pick up, but these are guys we need to also embrace. And we don't need to just force this old regime.
Like this is it. Like if you think about the Spurs, and this is something that a Spurs fan will automatically say, yeah, but then deep thought, they were like, oh, man. Did Manu Ginobili, did he actually fit the Spurs program, right? Or was Pop that brilliant to understand what he had and just let him play? Say, you know what? When you get in, you do you, and these guys that fit around your style. Because, we're all smart enough to do it. Because Ginobili from Argentina, he is the number 1 option. So his style fits how he played. ISO player, let's get it, pick and roll, I'm going downhill. There was no Tim Duncan he passed the ball to. There was none of that. Think about his style of play. Flashy, up and down, speed, energetic, electric. That was his style of basketball. That wasn't the Spurs style of basketball. Those shooting guards and 3 men, you sit your ass in the corner, you pump fake one dribble shot, right? Pass a swing shot, right? Ginobili was a wild card, but they recognized it, let him do him. And you have to be a smart coach to understand when you have a guy like that on your team, to utilize him. And then you get your Kawhis. I mean, Kawhi was a Spurs player, right? That's your typical Spurs player. Derek White, that's the Spurs motto. Right? But sometimes, hey, we need a little bit of different here. Especially if you get it. Like, oh, he got a little bit more things on him than we need. We're not gonna turn him down. We'll just throw in some things for him to, keep everybody honest.
I think last thing I got from this is why do you think that it's so hard for coaches to adapt? I know you talk about this quite often with your like early experiences with the NBA, where coaches were like forcing you to throw the ball into the post.
No one did that. No one did that.
What you mean?
No one forced me to throw the ball in the post. I don't have post players like that.
Well, they didn't let you isolate.
Huh?
They didn't let you isolate. Like
I got to the yams.
Oh my goodness!
Early. You better go look. You better go look when I started. You better go look at them shots. I went from 5th option to the 2nd option to the number 1 option in the 4th quarter. I got to where I needed to get to.
Well, then let's not use you as an example. But just in general, why do you think it's so hard for basically coaches to just not recognize what they got, even though it maybe is something a little bit different, and just try to make everybody stick to this specific program that they got going on?
Coaches are like chefs that only has one meal that they're very great at. Right? Like, if my meal that I'm good at is spaghetti, then I only want the ingredients to make my spaghetti. Right? My star player is my noodles, then my meatballs and my sauce. That's my 3 rotations. The parsley and all that extra, that's the rest of the team. But if my meal is this, then I only want ingredients to this because this is what I'm dialed into. Now you start throwing me, hey, can you make some steak? Can you make me some chicken, stuffed chicken? Yeah, you say you're a chef. Hey, I can figure it out until you can't, right? And that's usually the problem with coaches and players. When you get something, you get an ingredient that you're not used to, right? Like this is how I run. Think about the coach for Syracuse. What's the old white man that used to be there? That just ran.
Boeheim.
Boeheim. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the zone, Mr. Zone.
Yeah, right. Look, you got all athletes, and you put them in a zone.
Yeah.
Right. And so if this is the offense that I run, then I need the players for this offense, right? The triangle. I need these certain pieces for the triangle. Right? That's why the triangle didn't work everywhere it went, because the pieces, you need certain pieces for the triangle. So, some coaches, they're great at what they know. It's very rare to see overall great coaches. Right? And you can look at somebody like Spo and say, you know what? He went from Shaq, D-Wade, LeBron, D-Wade, and then you got, Jimmy Butler. Then you got, you done touched a whole lot of different talent, and you were successful with a whole lot of different talent. That's a good coach.
You think coaches got egos like the players?
A coach?
Yeah. Would you say that?
A coach is a little lower than a damn police officer. When it comes to power struggle, When it comes to when we were talking about power struggling,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like if you got to listen to be a coach, a fair coach. That means your ego is not part of that game. Then you're going to be a good coach.
Okay.
If you have an ego and you're a coach, you're not going to be very successful. And you will be fired a lot. You'll be moved around a lot, or you're going to lose a lot of players because at the end of the day, there's one thing that a coach don't understand, but he does understand because he has the same thing too. And this is why I say it's like police officers when it comes to just overusing power. I'm in the game as a coach, emotional, right? Like everything matters. I'm emotional. And you're in the game too, getting fouled, the play didn't call, you're sitting here doing this, you got your emotions, you're hot-headed, he's hot-headed. You cussing him out, he cusses you out, and then you bench him. You suspend him. You do this. You guys are possessing the same mannerisms, but you're using your power as the trump card. That's the problem, right? Right? Obviously, I'm trying to win. That's why I'm frustrated. Like, I hate when people say he don't want to win. You know what a non-win player looks like in the NBA? Do you know what that looks like? Yeah, that's the guy who can average 30, but he's averaging 5 and 10. He's just there collecting the check, running up and down. Hey, get in. All right. Hey, come on out. All right, y'all, good game. Hey, good job. He don't care. He's on vacation. He don't care if you sub his ass in, you sub his ass out. He is there enjoying the game itself, getting his check. That's what a player who don't care. Someone who's sitting there arguing, sitting in the gym like Luka's sitting in the gym 3 hours working on a shot, and he gets fouled, and he's sitting there like that. Hell yeah, I sit in the gym way too much for you for you to miss that call. goddammit. But when you're coaching, you got to understand all the elements. If I'm coaching, I know these players gonna cuss my ass out. I know they're gonna tune me out. But one thing I won't do is oversee my authority. My job is to win games. Unless you, as a player, affecting the outcome of the game itself, and you cussing me out, that's not one of them. You're turning the ball over, you're cussing at your teammate. That, yes. Come on, man, you got to sit down. You cussing me out, that's not one of them. If I subbed you out and you be like, yo, why you subbing me out? Oh, sorry. Hey, man, you got 1 minute, man. Then get back in there. God damn it, I'm with you, but shit, you was playing like shit. All right, if it takes you 1 minute, get some water, get back on in there, cool. Get on in there. Get in there when you're ready. Right? My job is to manage the game as a coach and try to put our team in the best situation to win, not feed my ego. Right? I know coaches get Coaches of the Year awards and all that, but at the end of the day, that's dictated through practice. And in sub patterns, timeouts at the right time, right? What plays you call, when you call plays. If you're calling a play every time down, that's not a coach, that's a control freak. That means you don't trust your coaching because that means you didn't equip the players well enough for them to just go play basketball, right? There should be pop, just, hey. When you see a law in the game, hey. Then they go. Other than that, Tony Parker coming down, pick and roll. Okay, throw it to Tim. Hit it. Just nobody got the ball. He's sitting there trying to probe. He don't get it. Throw it to Tim. Right? There's the gray area of the game, which is played 90% of the time. So if you take the gray area and turn it into black and white, you got a problem.
I didn't even think that there were coaches that called plays that much in the league. That's a crazy concept.
Yeah, you're a control freak. Yeah. Tell me this. How about this? We're going to take Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Think about every fast break shot he took and then turn that into a play call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took away all of his ability, everything that made him great. Right? Or he come down, Right? All the things you see him do, the hand up, the little lay, right? Turn around, shot in the corner. Those are all fast break, motion, secondary offense. Those not play calls. Right? Calling the play every time, forcing your team into offense every time. That means there's a defense set every single time. That is crazy. That means I have no talent on my team. And that's like Princeton offense. The old UCLA cut. Oh, hey, listen, UCLA cut was created to just keep passing the ball around. That's before they got Kareem. Pass the ball around, backdoor cut, and then if the defense mess up, get us 2 points. Yeah, we won the game 8-4. Yeah. It was them 2 back cuts in the third quarter. Yeah, I just made that up, but just the score. I made the score up, but the UCLA Cup was just meant for just wasting time because there was no shot clock.
Last thing, still trouble in paradise. This is around the time of year where I like to call NBA media's reaching for topics.
Oh, right now? Oh, that's
Yeah.
it's usually like July, August, July.
Oh no. I feel like every year it starts earlier and earlier.
No, it's just one person starting earlier and earlier, trying to get above everybody. Yeah, I gotta get out there. I gotta get something. And Katie got a burner phone, right? It's just I gotta do something. And everybody gonna be talking about All-Star Weekend. I'm about to talk about this burner phone so I can get off topic. Yeah, that's all that is.
And if the Lakers lose 2 games,
Katie said it best, and trust me, players knows. When in doubt, hit the what? The KD button and the LeBron button. After All-Star Weekend, the Euros lost. What button was pushed? What was the biggest story coming out of All-Star Weekend?
was it still about
Think
who
about it.
Yeah.
The biggest story coming out of All-Star Weekend was Kevin Durant and the burner.
Yeah.
Hit it! And he's been right about that.
So now we moved on from that button, and now we are on the LeBron button.
Oh, just back and forth, man. Of course.
Lakers legend Byron Scott had this to say about LeBron James.
I just thought it was laughable, coming from one of the greatest players that ever played a game, to say that it's harder to play now than it was then.
Are you ready to see him go from the Lakers?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan, but I don't mince words either. I mean, I think this should be his last year here.
Not in the NBA, just here.
No, just here.
Okay.
I really.
You don't got to go home, but you got to go.
Yeah, it's Moore's Day. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
Now this is off of LeBron's comments about era and which time period it's harder to play in. But it seems as though Laker Nation, Laker fandom, led by some of the Lakers legends, are really starting to nitpick some of the team. It started off with the Luka. They're out on Luka. And now it seems like they're out on LeBron James. Byron Scott says
Everyone's always been out on LeBron James. No matter what LeBron James says, they're going to take it in the context that they want to take it in to be offended. Now, his comment is, it's harder to play now. It's coming from him, correct?
Yeah.
How long has he played?
All of the years.
He's played since, 2003?
Yeah.
So this is his 21st season?
Yeah.
21st or 22nd. It don't matter. It's in the 20s. Now, do you believe it's harder to play now for him?
Now? Yeah.
Why?
You can say stuff about the game and all that. But
why?
Also, he's 40.
Okay. All right. He's 40 years old. So to him, it's harder. Yeah. Listen, he don't have the 19, 20-year-old legs and jumping ability that he used to have, where it will make this easy as pie because Shaquille O'Neal and all of them are not in there. But with his jumping ability and all that, dunking on Tim Duncan, jumping over goddamn Jason Terry, right? Jumping over, who else he jumped over? I mean, shit, he done jumped over everybody.
John Lucas. Yeah,
Huh?
John Lucas.
John Lucas, he forgot he was even there, right? Of course, a 41-year-old, 40-year-old man would think it's harder now because he doesn't have his attributes that he used to have. So coming from him, it's harder. Makes sense. You don't have to read into it as much. It's harder for him. These guys are getting more athletic. He's declining. Now they can stay in front of him. Now they can guard him regularly. Now when he comes in there, oh shit, he blocked it. Then they get athletic. No, his athleticism is going down. So they look athletic to him from his perspective because he went from 45. Hey, you remember we used to see all this? All this over the head. Now he's here. This here. You can see it. Yeah, so anybody, listen, if it's here, that means Bronny James can block that shit. He be like, oh, damn, you jumping high, boy. Nobody in my area jump like that. It's a 40-year-old man, that the game to him, because it's slowing down for him physically, and these guys look a little faster than what he used to, look at, it looks harder. It does. But us standing on the outside, you can be like, wait a minute, this is easier, bro. Right? You're going from three-point line to three-point line. You're not wasting any energy. You're not wasting any calories like that. Right? You can literally play a full game without any timeouts, in theory, if you're in shape. Right? It's not like you guys are scoring 150 points a game, so it's not like you're moving at a very, very fast rate. And that's where you're getting confused at. Right? When you're talking about 2003, 4, 5, or shit, 4, 5, 6, 7, those years, and you're talking about scores that was up there. So when you're talking about we're 20 years later, and you're talking about 117 to 90, 113 to 109, 111 to 95, 116 to 108. Right now, halftime between the Suns and the King, 59 to 55. It's not like the game got harder because you guys are moving faster, putting more possessions in the game. The possessions you're putting in the game are low percentage possessions. So, yeah, you can shoot. You're shooting 53s. That's low percentage. Non-effort. Just come down midway, shot the three, got back on defense, you shot the three. But me going all the way down, passing into the post, that means that guy got to touch the baseline, come back in. Like that is harder than today's sense of playing, because like if the guys are scoring 135, 140, today's a lot harder because they're running more.
Yeah.
Running more, they're running faster because they're putting too many possessions in the game, but they're not. And that's the trick. So basically, in theory, the 60s was the hardest era, maybe the 60s, like end of the 60s. They were scoring like 139, 140 a game, like no threes. That means, nigga, I'm going baseline to baseline. He coming like that's, you know what I mean? That's a lot harder and taxing on the body. Hence why they was only 22, looking at least 65.
Okay.
You got rookies got a whole full ball spot. Sunroof gone. Cat hair at the top. You ever seen cat hair at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that light. That's when you got to pat it down. You got a little Indian in your family. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I understand. But I'm on Byron Scott's side in the sense of it's not harder, but you got to think about who's saying it, his age, and to how he plays the game. Wanting him out of L.A., okay. And it's It really, really is just like, man, like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
All right, LeBron James came in 2003, 2004. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is 2025, 2026. Take your biased opinions aside. Can anybody name 1 year that LeBron James, the year, disappointed you? Can you say, oh man, this was a disappointing year? Not a disappointing series, not a disappointing play, not a disappointing 2 minutes of a game and he lost the championship game, or no, the year. When you said, all right, LeBron James from game 81 until he was done, can you say that man disappointed you? Like, what year was his off year? What, you know, like some people are, oh shit, he just had a down year. What year is this down year for you to be like, you know what? He was really ass this year.
Maybe the groin injury year. I don't think that that's like a real thing. I don't know.
It's not, you know, that's the thing. He's been washed since he was in Miami. But you can't pinpoint a year where you're like, yeah, you know what? I didn't like him this year. He had an off year. His rookie year is his worst year. Yeah, I know you're looking. You're trying to find one, right? Like,
yeah.
And everybody doing that. Let me see. He shot he was 4-6 in the championship. That's all you can do. That's it. Just like MJ, right? You can't say you was disappointed in MJ. His last year with the Wizards, 40. He gave you 20. Y'all got to start putting, like, we're not talking about a guy he went from 29 to 16 to 8 to 3. Where you're like, no. Right? So the fact that y'all are trying to push a guy out that averages 26, 7, and 6.
I think it's like I finished The Wire, so I got this reference in the tuck.
Mm.
It's like what Slim Charles said. The thing about the old days, it's the old days, right? And these players, it seems like they just get podcasts to, reminisce about the old days so bad. I really don't understand just that concept of being so stuck on those days and purposefully like not looking at this newer age of basketball.
That's my thing. Where you can reminisce the old days, but if you are an iPhone carrier and you still got iPhone 1 and you're trying to convince me your iPhone 1 is better than the iPhone 17, and you are going to you're going to refuse to update your damn data plan, your information, to even give 17 a chance, I don't want to listen to you. I'm sorry. I don't want to listen to you. Okay? Because at that moment in time, your biased opinion is all that matters. Facts is gone. Right? You're not going to take in no more factual information. It's just going to be all your opinion. And if you're not being open-minded to new data when you're arguing, something's wrong with you. So if you say LeBron James can never be the GOAT, and he wins a championship this year, wins a championship next year, wins a championship the following year, and you're still using the same logic and you're just changing the conversation to something that then there's something just wrong with you. Just say, hey, listen, he's not going to be the GOAT because he's just not my cup of tea, is my opinion. Don't throw in facts or whatever. Don't like I hate when people argue something. Just say, hey, my opinion is this. And that's all that matters. So I don't even need to throw in statistical stuff because it's my opinion, and my opinion overweighs statistical. And I think a lot of people don't understand the difference between arguing your opinion, because we're not going to argue opinion. It's opinion.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to, if we're going to argue facts and data, that's what we do. We just stick to the data and the facts. Once you put your opinion in, there's no more arguing. If I say Penny Hardaway is the best player or the best point guard ever, there's nothing you're going to say that going to convince me. I'm not going to be like, yeah, for the last fucking 40 years of my life with a Penny Hardaway tattoo on my leg and my daughter's middle name is Penny Hardaway, I'm just going to be like, oh my God, I never thought about that. You're right. He is the number one point guard. My guy is number two. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, okay? Right? Right? Because when we talk about opinion, it's your feelings. How do you feel about something? Right? And as a Laker fan, a Laker on my chest, he's one of the greatest players of all time. Could argue he is the greatest player of all time. And you want to kick him out of the door to go somewhere else while he still can contribute 20 points?
They forgot where the Lakers were, Gil. When the Lakers got LeBron, they forgot where they were.
We are purple and gold. We supposed to be treating our superstars like this is fucking Hollywood.
Yeah.
LeBron James is what? Top 5 most popular human beings in the world? Right? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Is that kind of fair to say?
Yeah, say it.
I mean, he's the longest tenure star, right?
Yeah.
Him with Venus, Mayweather, right? Is that Jay-Z?
We had to get some of the soccer dudes.
Jay-Z, Beyonce. No, there's no soccer dude that's lasted from 2000. There's no soccer dude.
From that long?
When you're talking about when LeBron James came in, the people who are still stars,
yeah,
right? We're talking about Serena's still in the public. She still got a little buzz. I mean, obviously Mayweather. Jay-Z, 50 Cent.
We reaching now, respectfully.
50 Cent, 2002 came out, but the boy still, what?
I'm just saying.
Like, when we think about the names.
Yeah.
When you talk about in the sports world, like he is one of the biggest names, and you're saying in the middle of Hollywood, where this is what we thrive for, to say, oh yeah, we're tired of it. We're tired of the LeBron James news that brings our Laker nation more attention. No, we don't want it. What? If you can talk about the Lakers fucking every day, talk about the Lakers every day. That just puts the purple and gold where they belong. In the headlines. Like, they're like, the Cowboys, he knows reality TV. He understands it. I don't care why you're talking about me, just talk about me. Same thing here. If LeBron James get a splinter in his motherfucking baby toe, I want to hear about it. Is it going to affect the game? Yep. Huh? Ada don't want to be Clint Capella. Talk about it. All right, talk about it. All right, there's a bunch of players that don't want to be Clint Capella. Clint Capella don't want to be Clint Capella. Clint is like, hey man, look, I've been averaging a double-double for the last 10 years in a row. Can I get a bigger role? Huh? Can I get a bigger role? Because usually, and I know Clint's like this, hey man, hold on, man. This my 14 and 11 has gotten me this contract. These same numbers over here, this boy over here got 100 more than me. I don't want to be Clint. I want to be somebody else too. It happens. People like Clint Capella. Hey, he goes. I'll say Clint Capella is what every team needs, what every superstar needs. A guy who's going to go in there and do the grunt work, don't complain, plays basketball at a high level, perfects what he does, and never going to be valued for his production. And that's the bad part of the Clint Capella name. It ain't him averaging 14 and 11 for his career. We're not talking about the numbers. We're just talking about, hey, what does he do? Right? They don't feature him. He don't get recognition. He don't get recognition for what he does, right?
Right.
When he's the reason that you can't really guard the star like that because he's a problem at that rim. He dives hard. He gives you no room to hold on to the Trae Young or the James Harden. He's diving, he's dunking. He's diving, he's passing. Right? He's technically like the Draymond Green, but instead of Draymond driving and passing, Clinton says, meet me at the rim, Fredo.
Oh my God.